How many of you are here because you're sick to death of winter? Yeah, same here. And of course, after every storm, I get a friendly little reminder from the city. Be sure to dig out your fire hydrant. Leave 3 feet of clearance around all sides. 3 feet? I mean, come on. 1.5 feet is plenty of room for any dog to do his business. So, I overheard somebody asking, why are we getting all this snow? Is God mad at us? I mean, is he upset over a new movie coming out about the life of Jesus? Let me tell you, that's not it. The movie is really good. The writers tried really hard to make it as relevant to our modern times as possible. Like they tried to get Barack Obama to play Jesus. Hey, makes sense to me. I mean, every time the guy looks to his right, there's that angry Republican mob yelling, "Crucify him!" And when he looks to his left, the Democrats are acting like the apostles running for cover. "I do not know this man!" So they weren't able to get the president because he's busy, but they did manage to get Roger Goodell to play Pontius Pilate. So now I'm a runner, and this weather is really wrecking my training. I mean, you got the high snowbanks, the narrow streets, the icy patches. It's just too dangerous. Yeah, really. Yeah. Although, now, a month ago tomorrow, we had that big blizzard that dropped 3 feet on us. That day, I went outside and ran 5 miles. How many of you think that was a crazy thing for me to do?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Why does everybody think that? I was in Florida. I feel really bad for some of my friends who are training for the Boston Marathon because you've got to train for like 4 months straight in bitter cold, heavy snow, and then on race day the temperature is like 75, 80 degrees. Yeah. There's no way the body can adjust that fast. I mean, the situation causes so much stress that sports psychologists now have a name for it. Bipolar vortex. Now, of course, this horrible winter was immediately preceded by this ugly, contentious election season. We had all these ballot questions. I think we're talking about gas tax this and gambling casinos that. So I'm wondering, do you guys remember a couple years ago when the voters approved medical marijuana? And then a week later, the maker of Twinkies went bankrupt? Look, I'm all in favor of sick people getting whatever help they need. But I really believe this whole marijuana thing has gotten way out of hand. Now, the last straw for me came on Halloween. A trick-or-treater came to my door dressed as a pot plant. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but there is no way I am giving candy to somebody wearing that costume. I did what any reasonable person would do in that situation. I gave him a giant bag of Doritos. Now, of course, I was reading in the paper somewhere that like 30 states now have legalized same-sex marriage. Now, that is huge for gay rights. But I got to tell you, the trouble with that issue is it brings some really crazy people out of the woodwork. I mean, one of the comments I read online is, what will they fight for next? The right to marry their dogs? I wish the jackasses that need to say these things would do me a big favor. Could they please explain to my dog that we're not married? I mean, you should have seen the look on her face when I left the house. Hey, where are you going? Better not be another comedy show. You were going to take me for a walk. You were going to play with me. You don't love me. I mean, man, talk about a guilt trip. My wife's got nothing, a couple weeks after I added that joke to my set, I was going out for a walk. One of my neighbors had a poop bag dispenser and a sign underneath that said, "Mike, please pick up after your wife."